Alright guys, welcome to part 3 in our beginner's guide to Procreate series. For this part, we will just be showing you guys how to create layers, a color palette, and then we will just do a few sketches just to get a feel for the app. So let's get into it. Now we're going to head over right next to that. We have like these two sheets of paper highlighted in blue. What this is, as you can see right here, is the layers tab. So in the layers tab, as you can see, we have the background color and we have layer 1, which is our first layer. And say if you want to create another layer, you will click the plus icon right here and then you'll see layer 2. And then if you swipe to the left, you could, you have different options. You have lock, duplicate, and delete. You could just click on lock to lock the layer. So say if you don't want anything to interrupt that, or you don't want to accidentally like draw on the actual layer, you could lock it. And then we could unlock it, and then from there we could actually click on duplicate, and as you could see, it duplicated layer 2. So we had 2 layer 2s, and then after that, right next to that, we could just delete and then delete the other layer right there. So we back at layer 1. But yeah, that's just like a quick guide to maneuver between the layers, but we are going to detail more on like ways layers and how to layer. Alright guys, so we're gonna head over to the last tool right on the right hand corner here. You can see is this blue circle. If we click on it, you can see it's colors. So right here you can see we have like the palette open, but we just gonna go over and click on this. And you can see we have like this color wheel going on here. And you could just, this is where you'll just pick like whatever color you need to, color in your like whatever drawing you have. But it has different options at the bottom. So you have the classic if you don't like the this version. Then we have over here harmony, and this is like the color harmony. Like you see how it has like colors right next to each other there. I don't really like play with this feature. Then we have values, and then we back at the palette right there. Alright guys, so we learned how to create the canvas and we learn about all the different tools. Now the only thing left to do is like to test out how it feels to actually draw in Procreate. So the first thing we want to do, we want to head over to like the little circle, the blue circle icon at the top. And for you it might be a different color. I think it might be white when you load up the canvas. But we're going to head over there, we're going to click, and as you can see, we on palette right here. And we just go and head over to the this icon, and here we could like select the color. And as you can see, I'm just playing around with the color. But what I like to use a blue color like when I just like sketching stuff out. So we go and head over back to the palette section, and we go and just click on the plus icon there. And after we click on that, we're going to have to scroll all the way up. And for you it will be different because you wouldn't have a lot of color palettes like I do. So I'll go and scroll all the way to the top. Then I'll go on like as you can see there, we just go and type in test. And then from there we could just select like a blue, like I say I like to sketch with a bluish color. So right here, once we create the name of the palette, what we could do, we have that color selected, and we could just take it and we could just tap right in here, and you could see now a box created. So our box created was right in there, and now we on layer 1, and from there we could just start like sketching in. You're not going like think about having anything perfect. We just testing it out, so we just testing out the feel, everything. So we just gonna sketch in a few circles just like that. Then we could go in there and add in some hash marks just like that. Oh, and something I forgot to mention, the sketch pencil I'm using in here is I'm using the Procreate sketch pencil. So you guys could choose to use whatever sketch pencil you want, or say if you just want to go in and use ink, you could just go in and choose an ink. We're just going here and just playing around with everything just like that, doing some squiggly lines, some straight lines, other squiggly line. We just testing out the feel. And if you want to undo, you could use 2 fingers on your screen and tap it to undo. And also have like these arrow icons that you could also tap at the bottom left hand corner of the screen that you could tap. Like you could tap the arrow like going backwards to just undo everything. And you could also grab your eraser tool. Like say if you don't want to do the undo stuff and you want to be old fashioned, you could grab that and you could just erase everything on the screen. But yeah guys, that is pretty much it for like the testing out everything. So we finished with part 3. So in part 4, we will be taking all that we learned and we'll be creating a simple illustration. See you guys in the next part.